On March 1, 2026, the Islamic Republic of Iran confirmed that Ali Khamenei, the country's supreme leader since 1989, was killed in joint military strikes by the United States and Israel, marking one of the most consequential turning points in Middle East politics in decades. Iranian state media announced his death early Sunday after a sustained aerial offensive that began late Saturday, plunging the region into crisis and global markets into turmoil. Please subscribe, like and share for more updates. Thanks. Iran's official state television broadcast a statement in Farsi confirming the 86-year-old cleric had died, describing him as having attained martyrdom while upholding the Islamic Republic. The government declared 40 days of national mourning and ordered a 7-day public holiday. State announcements did not immediately detail how the strike occurred but confirmed that several senior officials, including members of Khamenei's family, were also killed in the attacks. U.S. President Donald Trump publicly declared on social media late Saturday that Khamenei had been killed in the coordinated operation, calling it the single greatest chance for the Iranian people to take back their country, and indicating that heavy air operations would continue as long as necessary. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had earlier claimed that strikes had hit compounds associated with senior Iranian leadership and hinted that signs pointed to Khamenei's death. The assault represented the most direct military confrontation between Tehran and Washington and Tel Aviv in years, occurring amidst long-standing tensions over Iran's nuclear program, its regional proxy alliances, and repeated cycles of sanctions and diplomatic hostilities. The strikes reportedly targeted multiple high-value military and governmental sites across Iran, including missile and drone launch facilities, Revolutionary Guard command centers, and air defense infrastructure. The killing immediately triggered widespread retaliation from Iran's forces. Iranian missiles and drones were launched toward Israeli territory and U.S. military bases positioned across the Gulf, with air raid sirens sounding in major cities and explosions reported in several countries. The U.S. Central Command later confirmed that 3 U.S. service members were killed in clashes tied to the conflict, underscoring the sharp escalation and risk of wider regional war. Khamenei's death leaves a significant leadership void in Tehran. He had held ultimate authority over Iran's political system, military, judiciary, and foreign policy for more than 3 decades. Under Iran's constitution, succession to the supreme leadership is managed by the Assembly of Experts, which must select a new supreme leader. In the interim, an interim leadership council composed of President Masoud Pezeshkian, Chief Justice Gholam Hossein Mohini-Ejei, and senior cleric Ayatollah Alireza Arafi has assumed the functions of the supreme leader's office. However, analysts note that no obvious successor possesses Khamenei's combination of religious authority and institutional control, raising concerns about internal fragmentation and power struggles. The international response has been mixed. Some world leaders have expressed concern that the killing could destabilize the Middle East further and jeopardize global security, while others have urged restraint and dialogue to prevent a broader conflict. Russian President Vladimir Putin condemned the killing as a cynical murder and reiterated calls for de-escalation, even as geopolitical calculations shift in the wake of the development. Domestically, reactions within Iran have been complex and varied. While state media and official institutions called for unity and continuity of governance principles, some Iranians took to the streets in both mourning and celebration, reflecting deep divisions in Iranian society after decades of economic hardship, political repression, and regional confrontation. The killing of Khamenei is likely to shape Iranian politics and regional dynamics for years to come. It removes a central figure whose influence extended from Tehran to Lebanese, Iraqi, Syrian, and Yemeni proxies, and places Iran at a crossroads in terms of leadership, foreign policy direction, and internal stability.